The last video I did, it did not upload correctly. I'm just getting used to using this new service, StreamYard, because the Hangouts are gone. Um, so I'm just going to do this all over again, I guess. So basically, Anthony Joshua was being interviewed by Adam Smith from Sky Sports, and he was asked about where the rematch is going to be and when the rematch is going to happen. And basically, what he said was this. I'm going to play it for you, a clip of it real quick, and you guys can hear it right out of Anthony Joshua's mouth. So basically, Anthony Joshua himself has told you guys that the fight is going to be on neutral grounds. He confirmed it, and he also confirmed that Andy Ruiz is the champ, and he has a say. And obviously, just like Andrew Ruiz has been saying all along, and you guys didn't want to believe it, but they were negotiating the terms of this contract, regardless of Eddie Hearn having that stipulation in there where that he can choose where the venue is. At the end of the day, Andy Ruiz and his team still have to agree. Andrew Ruiz still has to put his signature on the dotted line, and if he doesn't, then the negotiations get dragged out. They get dragged out. They take long. Who knows if it would have ended up going to court if they were adamant about having the fight in the UK? Who knows what would have happened? And that wouldn't have been a good look for Anthony Joshua because, as I said before, if that was to happen, then basically the belts would have been stripped from Andrew Ruiz, and then Anthony Joshua would have had to start all over again, and he would have never had the opportunity to redeem himself because he needs Andrew Ruiz more than Andrew Ruiz needs him because he needs to beat Andrew Ruiz to repair his image, repair his reputation, and erase the wrong. And I find it quite ironic how originally he wanted the fight to be in the U.S. He wanted to go back to the scene of the crime, go back to where, he went wrong. He wanted to right the wrong in the same spot where basically he made the mistake. But now all of a sudden he got talked out of it by Eddie Hearn and his team. So now this is a bad look because Eddie Hearn basically doesn't, sends the message that he doesn't have confidence in Anthony Joshua to win if the fight is in the United States. Meanwhile, Andrew Ruiz knocked him down 4 times, and Anthony Joshua was still up on the scorecards. So it wasn't like he was going to get an unfair shake here. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I mean, there's no way he was going to get an unfair shake here in the United States. But we all know what happened with Dillian Whyte and Oscar Rivas, and that could have very well happened to Andrew Ruiz. So Andrew Ruiz has every reason to not want to go to the UK, having the deck stacked against him. At least when Anthony Joshua came here, basically he was still the A side. He was still looked at as the A side and still got treated like the A side by the ref and the judges. Because the ref gave him a lot of time to recover. The ref and the judges, I thought, were very, I'm not going to say it was controversial. They were overly favorable to him, but they were somewhat favorable to him, So once again, you guys wanted to say that Eddie Hearn had all the say here. But again, negotiations are negotiations. Regardless of what's in the contract, or not even the contract, because the contract's not even drawn up yet, because the fight has to be agreed to, and both guys have to agree to it before the contract gets drawn up so they can sign it. So, what was in the original agreement for the first fight with the rematch clause, all that is all well and good, but as I told you guys before, it still had to be negotiated on. Okay? And you guys wanted to compare this to the Lennox Lewis situation. No, because Hasim Rahman was trying to avoid the fight altogether. Andrew Ruiz just wanted a fair shake here. And you guys say, well, he signed this, he agreed to that, blah, blah, blah. But again, this goes before a judge. And I already explained to you guys, what an unconscionable contract is, or overly one-sided contract. Andrew Ruiz could say, I signed this because I really needed the fight. I needed the money. And if I didn't sign it, I wouldn't have got the fight, and I really didn't know, what was in the contract. I didn't read it, blah blah blah, or whatever. He could have said that, I was under duress. That's why I signed it, because I was under pressure, because I needed it. I needed the fight, whatever. So, it is what it is, guys. I mean, I explained this to you before. You didn't want to listen, and what ended up happening is you guys were wrong once again. Eddie Hearn was wrong once again, trying to flex his muscle. Oh, well, Cardiff is the front runner here. Okay, then why is it in a neutral site then? Eddie Hearn was just trying to pump his chest out, flex a muscle, try to show a position of power. And I'm not saying he didn't have leverage, but he overestimated his leverage because, again, he didn't want to have to deal with the long, drawn-out process. He wanted to get this fight signed because he did not want this to be delayed and have the belts get stripped from Andrew Ruiz, and then Anthony Joshua would have to start all over again. And if the fight ended up not happening and Andrew Ruiz ended up having to sit out if a judge ruled against him, who would that have hurt more? Who would that have hurt more? Because we've seen guys like Andre Ward, Mikey Garcia, Nonito Donaire. Fighters have sat out before if they didn't agree or didn't like the terms of their deals. It's not like Andrew Ruiz wouldn't have been taken care of by Al Haymon. He still had the money from the first fight, whatever. But Anthony Joshua would not have had the opportunity to redeem himself and repair his reputation. Okay? So that's the thing here. So all this bullshit about Eddie Hearn saying we're going to tell Ruiz where it's going to be. Well, apparently he did have some say because your own fighter just said it. I played it at the beginning of the video. Let me play it again for you Johnny come latelys, straight out of Anthony Joshua's mouth. But you guys won't believe it. You guys will try to find a way to deny it. You UK fanboys. Here it is again, guys. I'll play it one more time. So Ruiz will make some calls as well in that situation. Really. I thought Ruiz was just going to be a good old boy and be told what was going to happen. Not according to Anthony Joshua. Not according to Anthony Joshua. He realizes that Ruiz is the champ, and that means something, whether Eddie Hearn wants to admit it or not. He realizes that, guys. Okay, so all this bullshit that we were being told by Eddie Hearn, and all this bullshit from Anthony Joshua at the beginning saying that he wanted to fight in the U.S., and then all of a sudden, and I hate to bring the $50 million up, but originally he liked the idea of the $50 million. He was down, and then he was talked out of it by Rob McCracken and the rest of the crew. So he wanted to go back to the United States and right the wrong where it happened and what happened. Once again, he was talked out of it by Eddie Hearn and his team. So Eddie Hearn likes to say that Deontay Wilder has all these people in his team telling him what to do, and he's confused, and he's this and he's that. He can't make up his own mind, and he's just repeating what they're telling him to say. Well, isn't that what Anthony Joshua was doing right now? I thought he wanted to fight the fight back in New York until you got in his ear and told him, no. That's not the right move, AJ. So this is more of the hypocrisy, more of the bullshit, more of the posturing, more of the false bravado, the trying to portray the position of strength. And again, I'm not saying that they don't have leverage. I'm not saying that. But Andrew Ruiz stood his ground here. Shout out to Andrew Ruiz. Shout out to Al Haymon. Shout out to Team Ruiz. They stood their ground here. And now, we see what's up. Guys, what's up, man? I'm doing this at 1:15 p.m. on my lunch break. What's up, man? Shoot some super chats my way, brother. I mean, give me some credit here, baby. Give me some credit. Support Ringside Reporter, man. Buy a T-shirt. Buy the Mega Fit meals. Support Ringside Reporter Live here. We're here for you, baby. We're doing this multiple times a week. We're going to continue to make the show better. Google takes the Hangouts away. What do I got to do now? I got to have StreamYard. I got to use StreamYard. Now I can invite you guys if people want to join in and stuff, pretty soon I'm going to get the Skype going, man. I got the mix now. I'm just going to do the Skype on my end. I'm going to do the Skype on my end, baby. I'm going to pay for my own Skype for you guys. So kick in with those super chats if you will, man. Help a brother out here. All right, so basically, you know, more of the BS from Hearn was exposed in this interview right here. Joshua spilled the beans. He said the fight will be in a neutral site. Fight will be announced very soon and shortly. So all this bullshit about Cardiff being the front runner was all fucking BS. Right from the beginning, we knew it was BS. We knew it was BS. All right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. And I already know the UK fanboys, the UK sycophants are going to try and spin this, but they can't. They can't. No matter what they say or try to do, it came out of Anthony Joshua's mouth. He said Andrew Ruiz has a say. He's the champ. That's what he said. I didn't say it. It's not my opinion. I'm not just saying it. I'm not just speculating. He said it out of his own mouth to Adam Smith. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. He said it out of his own mouth. I didn't have to freaking say anything. No one can say that I'm twisting this, I'm twisting that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No one has to say that because I'm not. I'm not. And you guys can say that I'm bashing Hearn, whatever, because it's not hard to bash Hearn. How could you not bash Hearn when the guy fucking lies at every turn and he's a hypocrite at every turn and he contradicts himself at every turn? This is the modern day Don King and you guys can't fucking see that. You guys can't see that. You love seeing the bullshit. You love seeing the bullshit. That's what you love. Eddie Hearn knows. He has no confidence in Anthony Joshua. That's why they need the fight in the UK. But they can't have the fight in the UK because Andrew Ruiz will not agree to the fight. They don't want to fucking drag this out longer than they have to. They don't want to take this to court. This thing goes to court. Who knows when it's going to go before a judge? It's not going to be anytime soon. It's going to take at least 6 to 8 months, possibly a year. You think they want that to be this whole process to be dragged out a year? Then what's Anthony Joshua going to do while he's waiting for the rematch? Is he going to fight somebody else? What would happen if this was dragged out and this thing went to court? What would happen? No guarantee they would have won. No guarantee they would have got what they wanted. They know this. Why do you think they're putting it in a neutral site? Why? Why? Because if they had all the power like they said they did, then this fight would have been in Cardiff. It would have been in Cardiff, but it's not. It's not. I don't know what the neutral site's going to be. I have no fucking idea what the neutral site's going to be. I wonder if this fight's going to end up in Las Vegas. But that wouldn't be neutral either. Like, where's it going to be? Was it going to be in fucking Dubai, Arabia, fucking Canada? Where's it going to be? Where the fuck is this fight going to be? Imagine if this fight was in Canada, where Jean Pascal fights. What's that place called? The Bell Center? That's a pretty big arena. Imagine if it was in the Bell Center. That's what I'm kind of... My guess is the fight's going to be in the Bell Center in Canada. What do you think, guys? What do you think? That would be fucking crazy, wouldn't it? That would be wild, huh? What do you guys think? Yeah, I have it in my backyard too, man. I feel you guys on that. Yeah, man. I'm expecting an announcement either by the end of the week or the beginning of next. I really am. Canada, I think it's going to be in Canada. I think it's going to be in the Bell Center. That's what I think. I already told you, Dr. Monfongo. I already explained to you. The whole process would have been dragged out if Ruiz decided that he was going to say no. And it could have lasted, the whole thing could have lasted a year. Could have lasted a year. Then the belts would have, then the IBF would have stripped him. Then everyone else would have started stripping him. And then they would have, then the rematch would have been for no titles. And then Joshua, what's he going to do? Wait a year for the rematch too? I already explained it to you guys. No, not really. Again, I already explained to you. We're not going to even go there because it's already on tape. It's on video. What Joshua said. He said Ruiz had to say. That's why the fight's in neutral grounds. So he was told to go to Cardiff, and he said no. So wrong answer. Didn't happen the way you said it would. Guy's gonna have to take the L on that one. You were wrong. Just admit you were wrong. Hey, listen, I thought Marcus Brown was going to knock out Jean Pascal. I was wrong. I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback and say, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Blah, 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 blah. Take the L. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay, Dr. Monfongo, we're going to play it for you now. No problem. We'll play it for you. Since you wanna drink the Kool-Aid. You were poured a big fat glass of Kool-Aid from Eddie Hearn. You wanted to drink it. You wanted to let Eddie Hearn walk you off that ledge. Here we go again. Right out of Anthony Joshua's mouth. What did he just say? What did he just say? What did he just say? So take the Kool-Aid, spill it, dump it down the toilet. Bullshit. You were lied to again. And you guys believed it. You believed it. Oh, hey, Cardiff is the front runner here. Cardiff is the front runner. Who do I think's gonna win? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of leaning towards Joshua. To be honest with you. I have a feeling that we're gonna get that Buster Douglas syndrome from Andrew Ruiz. I hope I'm wrong. I'm gonna be pulling for Ruiz, but I'm kind of leaning towards Joshua for the win this time. I would like this to be in the Bell Center. Where's the Bell Center? Is it in Quebec or is it? Yeah, it's in Quebec. That's a big arena. That's neutral, right? That's neutral. Sure, they're going to pay big money for it. So you guys were wrong again. Nothing you can say. You can try to spin it any way you want. You're wrong. You're wrong. Guys are wrong. I think not you, Monfongo. I think it was MB, one of the UK minions who votes for the modern day Don, who roots for the modern day Don King of our era. Like seeing fighters get fucked over. Oh well, be a fan of promoters. Watch the promoters. Get excited when the promoter enters the ring. Who cares about the fighters? Don't even watch the fights. Watch the press conferences and listen to Eddie Hearn talk all for fucking 45 minutes. If that floats your boat. Why don't you guys just do that? You'd rather do that. You'd rather go on YouTube and you'd rather watch Eddie Hearn being interviewed, and you'd rather watch him at a press conference talking, so you guys can write everything down that he says, and then when we get in these debates, you can read off your little cue cards. Blah, 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 blah. Eddie said this, Eddie said that, Eddie said this, Eddie said that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, wow, I love it. I love it. I love it. Al Heyman versus Eddie Hearn. Well, Eddie Hearn is the youngest out of all the promoters. I think Oscar De La Hoya would probably beat all the promoters because he's an actual fighter. Oh, I used to be a cool guy when I said everything you agreed with. But now we're on opposite sides, so now I'm not a cool guy anymore. Oh, oh, are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry because I hurt your feelings? Are you emotionally wrapped up in Eddie Hearn? Is he your friend? Is he your idol? Do you look up to him? Do you? Wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I'm happy for you that you have a friend. Oh my God. No, not anti-British. Not anti-British. Tyson Fury is my favorite fighter, as I've said 100,000 times. I am anti-Eddie Hearn. I like Frank Warren. I like Tyson Fury. No problem with him. Love Daniel Dubois. I don't even dislike Anthony Joshua. I just don't particularly care for Eddie Hearn because I don't get entertained by watching promoters in front of a camera being interviewed like you guys do. I'm going to go watch Eddie Hearn at a press conference and I'm going to get so excited. Wow. He's the coolest. You start writing everything down. Blah, 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 blah. So now when I do my videos, I can just read off these cue cards and I'm writing down everything that Eddie Hearn says. Yeah. No, I didn't get knocked off. That's a good comeback, though, MB. Nice one. That's a good one. That's real original. Good man. Good boy. That's a good one. Good boy. That would actually make sense if I actually lived in the UK and I went and I covered UK fights, but I don't. So that's kind of that's kind of dumb what you said. Kind of stupid. No offense, but I don't expect much from someone that writes down what Eddie Hearn says and just regurgitates it. I mean, you don't have an original thought in your brain. You don't have original thought in your brain. I mean, like you Tyson Fury is my favorite fighter of all time. Yeah, what US shows that what I want to go to be perfectly honest with you. What fight would I want to go to? What was the what fight really did I need to go to that I was going to travel for? What fight was earth shattering that I was going to travel for? You know? So uh, again, I don't know what you're talking about. Name one big fight that they did that I had to go to, that I was going to travel thousands of miles for. It was worth me to jump in a plane or get in a car. Name one. Name one. Name one big fight. Now the Ruiz Joshua fight, hindsight's 2020. On paper, I didn't think that was going to be. I thought that was going to be a one-sided blowout. Canelo Jacobs, I don't know. Maybe Canelo Golovkin. I would have wanted to go to if it was in New York. The third one, maybe. But again, that's the third one. I don't know. I don't know. That's I had no problem watching that on the zone. I mean, I wasn't that wasn't something I was gonna wasn't something I was gonna jump in a car for, to be honest with you. Just being honest. But that's a good one though. You're good. That was a good one. Nice try. But you're hurt. I hurt your feelings, didn't I? Oh, oh, you a little upset now, aren't you? Oh, I hurt your feelings because I made fun of your best friend, Eddie. Oh, oh. Oh, you don't like the fact that Eddie lied to you and told you that Cardiff was the front runner, but now it's a neutral site. You don't like that. It hurts you. It hurts you. And now you're mad at me because I'm just telling the truth. So now you're mad at me. You're projecting your hurt onto me. Hmm, that's funny. Oh, listen, Tyson Fury is my favorite fighter. I love the guy, but he's fighting someone. Yes, you do. You want the fight in the UK, you liar. He's fighting someone that he really shouldn't be fighting. I'm not excited about it. And I'll call him out for it. I'll call him out for it. I'll call him out. He signed that deal because he wanted to, he was going to get easy fights for big money. That's what he did. Shane Fury said it. I mean, I call it like I see it. Tyson Fury made me a lot of money. Made me a lot of money over the years. Made me a lot of money over the years. I picked him to beat Klitschko. Got fucking 5-1 odds. I loved it. You know, I took the over in the fucking Wilder fight. Took the over there. Made money. Why would I be? Well, I mean, I love Fury, but I'll call it like I see it. He's not the lineal champ because he retired. If he didn't retire, he was going to get suspended for 2 years because he failed the drug test. He should have been suspended in 2015 when he first failed the drug test. But he's my favorite fighter, but I call it like I see it. I mean, I don't know how many times we have to go over this, that everyone's biased, but I can at least be objective. You can't. You can't. You can't be objective because you're emotionally attached. Everyone saw the exchange we had in this chat. They saw it. And the perception is you're butthurt because your hero lied to you. And you're mad at me because he lied to you and I'm pointing it out. He lied to you. He lied to you. Yeah, all promoters lie. But some do it more than others. You know? Some do it more than others. Some do it more than others. Some do it more frequently. Some guys get out in the camera more than others, and some guys are basically attention seekers, and it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, we all have our biases. There's no question about that. But you know, there's certain situations like that Dillian Whyte situation. Anybody with a brain, or anyone with a sensible brain in their head, anyone that applies logic to that situation, they know that fight shouldn't have gone on. Whether if you love Dillian Whyte, if he was your brother or your cousin, deep down inside, if you took a lie detector test and you were asked, should that fight have gone on? You probably would have said, no, it shouldn't have went on. And if you said yes, then you would have failed the lie detector test because deep down, everybody knows. Deep down, everybody knows. Deep down, everybody knows that fight should never have happened. Shouldn't have happened. Shouldn't have happened. That's that. Like, being objective is saying Tyson Fury is my favorite fighter. But as soon as he signed the ESPN deal, I already explained what was going to happen. I told Eric this. No offense to Eric. We disagreed on this. I said it was a bad deal for the fans. He said, no, it wasn't. You know, let's wait and see what happens, blah, blah, blah. And I already told him. I said, you're going to see a lot of fights that nobody wants to see because he's going to get big money for taking easy fights. There's no incentive for him to fight the big names. And what did his brother Shane say on IFL TV? That's exactly what he's doing. Why should he fight this guy? Why should he fight that guy when he's making this much to fight these guys? So we have to be, I mean, when something's like blatantly obvious, that's when objectivity has to trump bias. Has to trump bias. Guys have to see that Eddie Hearn lied about Cardiff being the front runner. He lied about Ruiz having no say. And, you know, he lied about a lot of things. I do not think that the lineal title really means that much, in my opinion, because guys will retire. They'll take a year off, 2 years off. And I mean, you know, if you lose your spot, it's like you're standing in a line and you jump out of that line and someone takes your spot in that line. What are you going to do? You're just going to jump right back in the line because you're I'm Joe Habib. I'm just going to jump right back in that line that I left. No, you left the line. So if you leave the line, like you're shopping and you forgot something, right? And you're going to go all the way down aisle 45 to get something, right? You think that someone's going to hold your spot for you for 10, 15, 20 minutes because you forgot something and you stepped out of that line? Fuck that. That's not how it works, brother. So that's why I think the lineal title's bullshit. I don't put much stock in it because you can't go away for 2 years and then come back like nothing's changed. Because most people thought that he was never going to be the same when he came back because of the layoff and because of how he abused his body and shit. Nobody thought he was going to beat Wilder except for me and Eric. Me and Eric and Robbie picked Fury. No one else picked him. Not that I know of. We all picked Fury. Go back and check. I picked Fury. Picked him against Klitschko. I said in 2015, this guy, I said 4 years ago, this guy's the best heavyweight in the world. I said that. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. But there was a lot of questions that had to be answered. Guy took 2 years off. He ballooned up in weight. He damaged his body. Even listen to the way he talks. His voice is all coarse and scratchy now. What do you think that's from? That's from the drugs, guys. That's from the drugs. That's from the cocaine and shit. Go back 4 years and listen to his voice and listen to it now. How it's all scratchy and shit. He's still funny. He's still funny as fuck. I love listening to him talk. But even his voice, go back and listen. Like he's added years to his life. He's taken He's taken years off his life from the abuse, but I just think he's that skilled. I hold him in that high regard. I even said at 70% he beats Wilder. I said he was a 70, 75% version of himself, but it's still good enough to beat Wilder. No disrespect to Wilder, but that's how good I think he is. That's just a testament to how good I think he is. So, there was a lot of question marks. So this guy takes 2 years off, gets all strung out on coke, balloons up in weight, goes up to 400 pounds, whatever, and then all of a sudden he's just going to jump right back into the fray like nothing ever happened. And if he didn't retire, he was going to get suspended because he popped positive for nandrolone in 2015, and he was allowed to fight after that. After he failed the drug test, he was allowed to fight Klitschko in 2017. That was bullshit too. I tell the fucking truth. I tell the truth. How you doing on Rival Boxing Talk? What's up? I tell the truth, guys. I tell the truth. I tell the truth. When the truth is staring me right in the face, and I have to fucking just call it for like it is. I gotta call it for like it is. There's nothing I can do. Who knows if there'll be repercussions? You don't, again, because you don't listen. Do you think that Joshua and Matchroom really wanted to drag this out a year? Because again, the titles would have been stripped, and then what would have happened? They would have had to wait for a court case. Still no guarantee. And if the contract was so legally binding, then why explain to me why the fight is in a neutral site? You're still gonna hold on to it because you can't admit it hurts you so bad that your man lied to you. That your man fucking lied to you. It hurts you. He just told, and again, we're not even going to do this. We're not. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to insult anybody. Everyone heard what Joshua said. He told you the fight was in a neutral spot. Andrew Ruiz told you the fight was in a neutral spot on Joe Rogan. They both said it. So now you're calling Joshua a liar. You think Joshua's lying. Joshua's lying. I don't know why he would lie, but you're saying he's a liar. No, it's not. No, it's not. But it's pretty much agreed to in principle that it's going to be in a neutral site. Andy Ruiz already said it. So did Joshua. Doesn't matter. We're not going to do this. We're just it's not productive. It's just not productive. Like this is black. This thing right here, this phone is black. If you want this phone to be purple, orange, green, you can't make it those colors. This is a black phone. Okay? You can't change what was said on the video. He said it. Now, was that a mirage? Was that like Joshua back in from a time machine that he really didn't say that? That's something he said 15 years ago and he jumped in a time machine. Like, is this the quantum realm we're in now? I mean, I don't know. You heard what he said. You heard what he said. It's up to you. It's up to you. I played it 2 or 3 times for you already. So we're not gonna do this tonight. We're not. We're not gonna do this. We're not going to buy into the cognitive dissonance. We're just not. We're just not. We're just not gonna do it today. I can't be a psychiatrist today. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. You're reaching out for help right now. I can't give it to you. This is a boxing channel. This isn't Psychology Today. We're not going to sit here and put you on the couch, kick your feet up, try to find out why you are the way you are. We're not going to do that today. I'm not going to get mad. Yeah, go see you later. I mean, go do something, maybe to cheer yourself up. I know you're down right now because your guy lied to you. I know it hurts you, but go for a walk. Maybe go buy an ice cream or something. Go do something that's going to cheer yourself up. You know, just go buy an ice cream. If you have any kids, go take your kids to the park. Shoot some baskets or something. Do something. Do something. Nah, that ain't gonna work, bro. That's corny. You're the one upset, baby. That ain't gonna work. Go get an ice cream, brother. Get a sundae. Do something. Help yourself. You're sad right now. Has nothing to do with me and DAZN. I mean, I didn't do anything. I don't know why you're mad at me. I didn't say it. You're mad at me. Joshua said it, not me. I mean, what are you mad at me for? Why are you projecting your pain and your anguish on me? I didn't do it. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Ruiz told him no, and they fucking caved in. What do you want me to do? They caved in. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? They caved in. I mean, go into a courtroom, any courtroom in the United States or anywhere in the world right now. How many cases do you think are being tried right now over contract disputes? All those people signed contracts, but why are they in the courtroom? Because they have a disagreement. They have a problem with the contract. They have a fucking problem. It's just the way the world works, guys. Oh, he signed a contract. How many people signed a fucking a mortgage? How many people signed a car loan? Does everyone not? Are there other people that default on their mortgages? Are there people that get their cars repoed? Are there people that when you get a job, you sign your job description, you say you're going to do your job, and you don't do your job, you get fired. I mean, shit happens, guys. I mean, not everything goes according to plan in the world. Life is not all sunshine and rainbows, guys. It's not. It's just not. People sign shit every day. Every day. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's why you still have negotiations. That's why you still have negotiations. Again, You can tell him where you want the fight to be. He says no. What are you going to do? Can they afford, again, I repeat this, and I'm sorry to sound redundant here. Can they afford to allow to drag this thing out and eventually have this thing go to court if it goes to that, which is no guarantee they're going to win the court case? Can they afford? Eddie Hearn is not stupid. He doesn't want this to be dragged out because, again, for the 15,000th time, I'm going to say it so, 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 so slowly for all of you cognitive dissonance people out there that reside in the UK. He does not want these negotiations to get dragged out because it could end up going on for months, possibly a year, and then Andy Ruiz will be stripped of the titles. And then what good would the rematch be then? It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, if you want to play the video back and you want to slow it down even more than that so you can understand it even more thoroughly, then you're welcome to do that. I can get flashcards and write it down for you and explain it to you again. But you're still not going to get it. Oh, he has a contract. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Contracts are disputed every single day. Every single day. Unconscionable contract. I was involved in a case. I signed a no compete clause. I signed a no compete clause with the company before. I signed it. Like an idiot, I signed it. Did I read it? Not as good as I should have. Then what happened was the non-compete clause says you cannot take another job with another company within a 50-mile radius of this place where you work right now. I disputed it. I took it to court. And the judge said that the contract was unreasonable, that I would have to drive 50 miles, basically an hour and a half, to and from a job because I signed a stupid non-compete clause. That basically, there's no rhyme or reason for them enforcing that or trying to enforce it on me other than basically just being malicious to me, just trying to punish me for leaving the job. Sour grapes. Judge threw it out. Said this is bullshit. Said this is bullshit. You don't have to honor this. It's fucking an unreasonable, unconscionable contract. Oh, but you signed the. Judge didn't fucking care. He didn't care. So who's to say if this thing ever did go to court, as I said 150,000 times, who's to say that a judge is not going to say, okay, well, you want this, Eddie? You want that, Eddie? You want this, this, and this, and this, and this? Didn't you lose the fight? This is unprecedented. Really. This is unprecedented. Name another time in a heavyweight championship fight when a guy loses his title and the other guy becomes champion and he has to give up this much leverage or is asked to give up this much leverage to the other side. This is unprecedented. It just never happens. When Holyfield beat Tyson, when Bo beat Holyfield, when Rockman beat Lewis, they didn't have these one-sided rematch clauses. They didn't have this shit. This is just no one does this stuff. No one draws up a contract and says, "Oh, even if I lose in the rematch, I'm still going to get 60% or 70% or whatever the fucking case may be." That never happens. When Rockman and Lewis fought in the rematch, Lennox Lewis got 11 million and Hasim Rockman got 10 million. So it's basically like fucking 51-49 split to Lennox Lewis. 51-49 split. Not 60-40, not 70-30. You know? You know? That's it. I mean, it is what it is. Well, malcontent, I mean, let's just put this together here. I mean, Eddie Hearn told you that he's going to tell Andy Ruiz where the fight's going to be. He wanted the fight to be in Cardiff. Ruiz said no. Now the fight's not in Cardiff, it's in a neutral site. I mean, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? That this whole ironclad clause that he had wasn't so ironclad, was it? Was it? Exactly, Jason. Eddie doesn't want to sue because, again, let's do it one more time and we'll say it. We'll say this like so slow that it's going to be like backwards. Eddie does not want this to get dragged out any longer than it has to be, because he realizes the sanctioning bodies will strip Andy Ruiz, and then the fight will end up being, at the end of the day, in the long run, for no titles. That's why he doesn't want this to go on longer than it has to. So Ruiz does have some leverage here because he has the belts that Joshua wants. That's leverage, guys. That is leverage. Number one, that is leverage. Number two, Andrew Ruiz already did what no one expected him to do. He could retire tomorrow. He could get knocked out in the first round in the rematch. Doesn't matter. What he did was monumental. He'll be in the record books forever. First Mexican heavyweight champion ever, ever, ever. He already overachieved. Joshua needs this fight more in order to regain the momentum he had before. He needs to repair his reputation, repair his image. He needs this fight more than Ruiz needs it. Ruiz would more than likely want to fight Deontay Wilder instead. Why should he fight? And again, this wasn't a close fight, guys. I mean, Joshua got beat up in this fight. This was one-sided. It wasn't like a split decision loss. It wasn't like a fight that Joshua was winning the whole fight and then like Hasim Rockman landed one punch and erased the whole body of work that Lennox Lewis did. This wasn't controversial. It wasn't close. It was what we don't even really need a rematch here, to be perfectly honest with you. We don't need it. In a fight this one-sided, do we need it? That's not to say that Joshua can't win, but I'm just saying, do we need it? Do we really need it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Andrew Ruiz would rather fight Wilder or Fury. I think those are better fights for him. Fights Wilder, basically gets all the belts. He'll probably get a better deal. Fights Fury, he'll probably get a better deal. When you fight Joshua, you get these one-sided bullshit fucking deals where you have to beat him 4 out of 7, or you don't get any money. Oh, Malcontent, are you upset now too? Oh, another guy that's butthurt because Eddie Hearn didn't get his way. Oh, are you mad? You're mad. Oh, you're mad. Malcontent is mad. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. I love it. This is Happy Beeb today. Happy Beeb had a nice cheat meal today. Had some KFC. Went to the bakery. Got a friggin' ricotta pie. Got some pizza. Beeb's happy right now, man. Beeb's happy right now. He's not mad. He's not mad. I'm not gonna yell and scream at you guys anymore. I'm not gonna yell and scream at you guys anymore. I just feel bad for you, man. I feel bad for you. I think it's sad. I think it's sad. Shout out to D Style too, man. I actually really, really, really like this StreamYard. This is awesome. Because like you said, I got the chat right here on the side here. I don't have to open up my phone now. This thing is beautiful. You know what we should start doing too, D-Style? We should start opening up the Skype. Like, we should open up the Skype. Oh, I don't know if you have a mixer, but I got a mixer. So I want to open up my Skype. I'm gonna start having callers on these shows that I do. I'm gonna start having calls on these shows that I do. That's what I'm gonna start doing. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna head back to the old salt mines, but I will check you guys later. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do some more videos during the week if more news pops up. I'm sure there's a strong possibility that this fight may get announced by the end of the week. If it does, then I will definitely jump on and talk about it. Or possibly we'll do it together with Eric as well. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys all soon. And I'm so sorry for you Eddie Hearn fans. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. He lied to you. It's okay. I'm sure there's a hotline you can call or something, But I hope you guys will do. I hope you guys will start feeling, better soon. All right, Beavers, I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace. Have a good day to everyone out there. Talk to y'all later.